Have you ever felt like you've totally lost perspective? You've come back to a mix over and over again, making changes, but you're just not sure if it's actually getting better. We've all been there. If you're still not using reference tracks, you're missing out on one of the most effective and commonly used techniques among world-class songwriters, engineers, and producers. After decades of working on records, I still use reference tracks as a crucial part of my daily workflow, not only for finding inspiration or informing decisions during a mix, but in a number of ways that all help me improve the overall quality of my work. In this video, I discuss 5 ways that I like to use reference tracks that can help you build the skill and confidence you need to make recordings that can hold their own in a playlist of all your favorite artists. Number 1, to orient yourself. This is the practice of calibrating your ears to your own unique mixing environment. You need to get very used to what great mixes sound like in your room. Over the years, I've gathered dozens of reference tracks that I'm very familiar with, tracks that I know sound great on all sorts of playback systems, headphones, Bluetooth speakers, earbuds, in the car, wherever. Find and collect tracks that you know sound consistently good wherever you listen to them. Studying these reference tracks in your studio can recalibrate your ears. It will train you to recognize when things are balanced well in your listening environment. Number 2, setting the tone. I use reference tracks to set the tone, vibe, and production style that a client wants. Before working with an artist, ask them to give you references to help convey what sounds they're going for and to establish a general production approach. Having reference tracks specifically for mixing can also help you know what direction to take the mix so you can avoid wasting time. Number 3, a palette cleanser. When we're mixing, it's really easy to get hyperfixated on details and lose perspective fairly quickly. This is the application where I use reference tracks the most. I'm always trying to get that first impression again, so I take a lot of small breaks and listen to my favorite reference tracks as a palette cleanser or a reset button. Taking a break, listening to a different song, then coming back to your mix will give you a much better perspective. Also, it's crucial to bring the relative level down on your reference tracks so the perceived volume is similar to your mix. You don't want to be chasing the levels of mastered reference tracks when you're mixing. Number 4, client orientation. This application sometimes comes up when the client's in my studio during a mix. Typically, they aren't as familiar with how things translate from my space, so on occasion, I'll ask them in the moment to suggest a reference track that conveys what they're going for. There have been times when I'm mixing with a band in my studio where, for instance, the bass player might say the bass is too quiet, when I might feel like we're already pushing it. Listening to their reference track in the studio together helps us both recalibrate so we can make adjustments based off of the same reference point. And there have been a number of times when I've been working with an artist in my studio and they ended up changing their mind after using this very technique. Again, listening to a reference track with the client present can help put you both on the same page. Number 5, mastering. Reference tracks for mastering are very similar to the mixing stage, and you might use your own reference tracks or the client's. In mastering, it's important to compare tracks with something like the Reference To plugin, which automatically matches the level of 2 different tracks. This is crucial to ensure that your sonic adjustments won't be influenced by volume differences, because louder will always sound better. I also use reference tracks to compare the final metered and perceived volume to a track that I'm working on. You might find that your level match master is at the target volume with a similar LUFS level, but it sounds quieter than your reference. Again, using reference tracks in any of these scenarios is an effective way to bring issues to your attention so you can make sure they're being addressed. I'd love to know your thoughts on this subject. Please hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.